Hey guys, so today the weather's not been cooperating, so we can't go out and do a lot of riding. But we are here in Alaska with Nathan and Eulaine. So we're gonna do some razor chores on his machine. You know, when you can't ride, you might as well be working on the razor somehow. So what are we doing today, Jody?
We are installing a winch on Nathan's machine, and so that he can have one. And if you want the detailed instructions, you'll have to go to ours. So we're just doing a kind of an overview and a hey, this is Alaska, and we're helping our kids out
Yes, so
and having a fun visit.
Yeah, check out our Instagram. We're putting lots of our Alaska trip photos on there, and I hope that you watch those and look at those because Alaska is absolutely gorgeous. It's Jody's homeland, and again, I wish we could go on a really cool trail ride and show you, but the weather has just been horrible. Today's the first somewhat decent day, so we're just going to do some chore list on his razor. So,
Because I don't have any big pieces of wood or anything.
yeah, you're good. That's good. Okay, come on, don't go up. Let's just take this off so it's out of the way. Okay, so we got the bumper off. And let's see if Nathan's impact wrench. I know you have it. Yep, there's two. We may have to use it by hand, but hey, good.
Are you sure these aren't 17? These ones are 17.
Which one were you trying to get?
These ones. Either way though, it still wouldn't fit. Yeah.
There we go. And I don't remember what size that is. Probably say
19.
Huh. Okay, so I'm gonna hold it. Okay, it's not good thing. It's not very heavy. Okay, give me that ratchet. It's situated. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
We had to take off the bumper
Probably this one here.
to get better access to here where they're going to put the mounting
This is
plate
Oh, that's too big?
and the feed like we did on ours, and putting the winch under the machine up in the frame,
there for
Yeah, see that?
taking off the grill.
at least for taking it out.
Yeah, it's covered. I saved mine for, I think it's been a year. But I finally took it off.
Okay.
And it comes out and up. It's like clips right here.
Okay.
And that you'll never use again.
Okay.
I kept it just in case. Yes. And again, guys, if you want the full detail, check out our winch plate. We're just hanging out today. So this goes like, so this is the front, which we'll put on last. And this is the trick. This is probably the trickiest part right here, believe it or not. This one, Nate. Because see that plate? You got to put this in, balance that plate, balance the bumper all at one time. So that's why me and Mom had to do it together.
So here we got some woods out in Alaska. The birch trees are so pretty. They're very similar to the aspen in Colorado, but they have a smoother bark, and usually they have less of the scaling on them. I think they're really pretty. And of course there's the pine trees and such. I'm gonna go for a walk and show you guys some of the mountain. Well, it's been pretty rainy and sprinkly here, so within just a few, like 50 feet of our son's driveway in Alaska, this is a mountain that you can walk and see as you're driving home, or you could walk for walking your dogs and you'd see a beautiful scenery. There's just so many things that Alaska has to offer, and then there's also, we encourage you to go out to where you live and find the beauty in your place as well. Again, if you face the other direction, you can see another mountain range and another mountain coming up on the other side. You can see how beautiful it looks and how tall, and just you see the beautiful trees. And this is a subdivision they create, and the lots are larger, like half acre at least, acre, 2 acres, 5 acres. In Alaska, the land is a little bigger for houses and such. in the suburb areas. Guys, getting the plate on.
It's not, that part's not difficult, it's just one of those awkward, you gotta get your fingers to actually be able to move.
Mm-hmm.
Can you help me with that?
Yep, of course.
Thank you.
Just wipe this so I don't get that all over my shirt when I lean over it, because I know I will. Okay,
So this is the mounting plate.
now you don't want to tighten it too much because you gotta put the front in too. You gotta give yourself some wiggle room. So go, again, backwards.
That'll be interesting. How am I supposed to tighten up the rear?
Yeah, there's no rear to tighten.
Oh, it just screws in?
Yeah, it's key.
How is this going to screw in? This is key. But I'm saying, how am I going to tighten up this one?
Which one?
Because this has to go through here.
You don't tighten up that. Oh, go the other way. Go
Oh,
the other way.
other way?
Yep, that's unlike it goes the
That
other way.
one.
It's difficult.
Oh, I see now.
You can.
No, I see now. I just.
Oh, you know what we did too, I think?
I
I
you
took
pulled
the
this
whole
off.
face off.
Yeah.
Were you able to get it?
Yeah.
Here you go. I think we did it just for showing people though.
Yeah, so people could see the hole.
Yeah. So when we did ours, we took all this off. If you look at the detail, so you can see where we're putting all these screws. But again, watch the detail. We're just hanging out having fun. And then once you get all four in, you can tighten them up. Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
I was trying to figure out which way I was with.
That's what I always ask.
Man, this garage makes me jealous though.
No kidding, it's
Holy
so
cow,
big.
It's huge.
3-car garage, woot woot.
Now I cheated and used my snap-on.
I'm surprised you were able to fit that in there.
Yeah. I probably used a couple of extensions. I can't remember.
Yeah, some crazy one.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't just a.
It wasn't just a snap-on.
And Nathan has some really cool stuff we're gonna put on his headlights. I'll say Nathan's gonna put on.
What is that?
That'll be. It won't be hard. It's like 10.
It is 10.
Oh, it's the same thing.
It's literally the same.
So then you have an X-Acto knife or something.
Or something.
Yeah.
Razor
Same thing on this-
blade.
Oh, razor blade for the razor.
Again, that's the mounting plate that they bought, or that Nathan bought, and
I
we
don't
have
need
the
to,
same one, correct?
Yeah, we have the same
Yeah,
one.
it's the exact same.
That Axon winch is all self-contained. It doesn't have relay sticking out, and you gotta put somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Shameless Amazon plug. Got it on sale.
Hey, you're gonna see
This thing's a
that.
5500 one too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You guys have the 45, and
Yes.
this thing barely weighs any more than yours. That's the thing.
Yeah,
But
it's
I'm-
almost identical once you take the cable off.
No, I'm talking about this barely weighs any more than you. So having the 45 would be really
Oh, yeah.
nice.
Yeah, so this one weighs
I think it weighs like 200 to 300 pounds more,
than our 50-inch.
and that's all like suspension bits and then the doors.
Yeah, so we have the 45S Axon. Nathan was able to get the 55 Axon, and then you got a synthetic cable to put on it. So
Because they sent me the wrong one.
like on our 40, that's a 4,500-pound winch on a 1,200-pound razor. Nathan's putting a 5,500-pound winch on a 1,500-pound
It's
razor.
not even that. I think it's like 14,
You're
15,
going-
13.
You'll be able to swing this thing from the trees.
Yeah.
Well, if you find a tree strong enough.
You toss a snatch block on
The
there.
problem is
you can. I can tighten these up.
Yes, you know what? The shop dogs, Stetson and Lacey.
They're so cute.
Okay, so that plate is done.
Hi, Lace girl. Hi, Stetson.
You want to do the winding? Is that what we're about to do?
Yeah, I'm trying to think which one. Go and take the driver's seat out.
For the battery?
There we go.
Are you getting those out?
Yeah, I gotta take my time with this. Sorry.
Why are you taking all this off?
Remember, we gotta run the wire
Okay.
from the winch to the battery.
Oh. So
Now-
you need to get it to the power source.
Yes, now, again, you know, the Polaris bus bar is amazing. And some of you asked the last time, why didn't you just go to the bus bar? Because the bus bar is only rated for like a low amp, where a winch can take up to 20 amps. Actually, I think this winch is 40 amps. So you don't want to blow your bus bar because you weren't thinking.
Here's the razor getting ready for its winch. We're taking off the necessary clips and bolts so that the winch can be hooked up directly to the battery.
Run over everything.
Like Sam said earlier, the bus bar could get overloaded with too much amp draw.
And again, things we did twice, so Nathan only can do one time, is the heat shield, which we put also on our other video. Go ahead and put the heat shield on now.
Instead of waiting.
Instead of waiting and taking off
it
that,
all apart.
yeah, we've taken that center console off like 3 or 4 times. So the heat shield. And again, we did Virginia without it, and it'd probably be fine, but better to be safe, since that center console runs the radiator lines. It gets real hot. We put the heat shield on the center console, works real good too. So I think we're good here. Let's go and run this line. Look through here, the bigger side, or you can look straight at the bottom. I'm gonna run this through. Yeah, hold on. You're gonna see it. So we gotta avoid the drive shaft. Okay, you see those 2 wires yet? Yep, grab both of them. Okay, go ahead and pull. I want to tell you when to stop pulling. Okay, stop. That's fine. I'm just trying to get this where.
You can use zip ties?
Yeah, you will. But I'm just running this line right now. We're not. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna kind of get this where we can turn it on
So we rewind it only.
to rewind it.
So we could unspool it real quick, I guess.
Why would you want to rewind it?
Because we're gonna put synthetic rope in versus the cable. Because this one's the 55, like ours is the 45S. The first is the weight, so 5500, and the S is for synthetic. But the one Nathan got does not have synthetic.
I will stipulate I ordered the 55S, but they sent me the 55 and then had to send me the S portion separate. So my winch will have a nice Sharpie S instead of a permanent S.
Okay, so we're unwinding the cable.
It's a pretty loose cable though, honestly, that's nice.
It's a good cable, it's just, I don't know, what's 50 feet of cable? I don't know what they'll put.
I think it's 50.
Okay, well. Okay, so now we gotta take this cable out. Okay. Let me get a screwdriver.
Is it just looped in there?
Yes.
Yeah, essentially.
But it's not like, I mean, that's cable, it doesn't just loop easily.
No, you have
This
to pop
actually
it out.
probably will loop pretty easily if I'm being honest. This is a very
No warn?
loose.
Is it flexible?
It's a very flexible cable in comparison. Now it's,
Yeah,
it's strictly just due to diameter, not because
See, it just folds in.
this one is any better than any other.
Okay, so are you going to do the synthetic the same way when you
Kinda.
Kind of.
in reverse?
Yeah, I'm just gotta get this where I can. Hello? Sorry. Okay. So see this little plug there that wraps around?
Oh, okay.
Little button. So now we gotta take this out.
This doesn't be pulled through.
Feed it.
There we go. And see, just that little button just kind of goes around it.
Yeah, if you just let go, I'll take this.
Then you're just going to do the reverse to get it
So
on.
now, Nathan has some very cool orange synthetic, and the weight of that.
Yeah, this is nothing.
Let me see. Whoa, that is light.
As
Holy
well
cow.
as the cool thing is synthetic rope doesn't keep the energy,
Yeah.
so if it breaks, it's not going to cut you in half.
But also, you won't ever see how he's wearing gloves. Right now, it's really not going to be as big a deal.
Oh, no, I've
because
done
it's
it
going to
on
be
a-
fresh.
I've done it on a brand new cable though.
Yeah, but especially after it's been used or laid over a rock 1 or 2 times, and you've got some frays in there, that is something to be aware of.
So
Now,
the phrase splinter and the metal will actually get you a splinter.
That'll
could
cut your
cut-
hand open.
Yeah.
But another thing to be aware of is synthetic. Obviously, it doesn't have the durability that you're going to get out of a cable, but the synthetic is a lot more pliable. It just kind of depends. Like, you're not going to run into a lot of the issues. It won't ever rust. They're really not that expensive to just replace. You just replace it probably like every other year if you do a lot of wheeling and a lot of use of your winch too, and you'll be fine.
How much do you think that one weighs in your hand?
Maybe 3 pounds.
Maybe, let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even pushing it.
Well, that's
Wasn't
fine.
it a pound?
Yeah, I mean,
That's probably 8 pounds.
yeah. I mean, this is genuinely
Maybe the package says the weight of
4 to
it.
5 times the weight of whatever this is.
Yeah, so this, that's a lot lighter. And again, some of y'all could save it if you wanted to. We'll see what Nathan wants to do with his.
It'll probably just get donated to the local trash can.
There you go. I don't like cable.
You can toss it right here.
After having synthetic. Oh, okay, we're gonna put this in the recycling bin. And there you go. So now, oh, it came with a new button too, Nate.
Yeah, and it came with this too. So this is something that you need on synthetic winches that you don't need on cable winches because of the heat that the winch generates. It could just melt your synthetic line. So this is a heat guard that goes over the first portions of your winch.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, like on yours, it's not exposed because you haven't ever had
Yeah,
to
mine,
wind
I
it
never
all
had to
the
do
way.
it. Say hi to Mops over there. Stetson's a lover. Lacey, come here. Lacey's the smart one. Stetson's smart too, but in his own way, we'll say. Yeah. But Lacey's always thinking, you gonna help me with that winch? Okay, watch out. I need this little plug.
Hi, Stetson.
I guess it does go in the front.
Yeah, it goes, that's what I thought. Okay, watch out, Stetson. Okay. No, put your sheath on first. That's what I was saying. Slide it on sheath. So you don't have to slide all the way down the rope.
You're right. Lacey, come here.
She's right there.
I don't want to get wet.
Oh.
Highly recommend Sitka pants over Target
Okay,
pants.
so my Target pants here,
Yeah.
since you heard that conversation. So we're going to come through here, and we're going to make a U.
And then it goes through
There's
We'll feed
Stetson's
that
helping.
through.
He's a helper.
That's his help.
He's smelling goldfish on my breath. Go, watch out, buddy.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this through. Just like that. It doesn't go all the way. Okay, hold on. You know that little button? See it? It's got to go right in that little slot. We're going to pull it through.
In the slot, like
In
Like
that
this?
in that eye.
this?
Yep, then we're going to tug it.
Like this or like this?
Flat. Like that.
Like this.
Nope. Like
Like
that.
this,
Yep. And ideally, you never want to go all the way anyway, just so you know.
But when you're rethreading a winch, that's what you do.
Okay,
Here, tell me you're ready to pull.
maybe try it.
Okay,
I
yep,
don't know.
yep. That's it. That's it. Watch your fingers. Ah, that's it. That's how it goes. Okay, so now we are going to set this up in a redneck fashion, but before we do, we're going to see if we can go ahead and
Oh, can we free spool it still?
get those free spool right now. You got that where you want it? Yeah, go all the way.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you watching, look
I'm
up.
getting a full rotation first.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Goes. I'm good.
For those of you watching, you can put this abrasion shroud at the drum for, what did you say, Nathan?
When you're using the winch, it heats up because it's under load. And if you let's run that back. I guess I did that a little too tight. Yeah, under load it'll heat up. Let's do that now. And then it can melt your line depending on how much load obviously you're putting through. But it's one of those things, better safe than sorry.
So you can have it at the drum for heat or at the front for abrasion, but Nathan figured we could always put another shroud in the front, would be easier.
It's not gonna be wide enough.
It just not gonna cover the whole thing. This is where the friction would go.
Yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna get it started. You know what we didn't do. That's fine, we don't need a shroud yet. We're just gonna get some of this first layer, just to Okay, so now let's,
Yeah, I got it right here. So Stan, what do you need?
well, we gotta take it up there. Yes, we can mount the winch, try to feed this all 50 feet of line out, but,
Or we could just not do that.
or we could not do that and do this somewhat more conveniently. And also we can test all our connections this way. We've already put our switch, and that way we can mark which one's up, because if you remember on ours, we did not put it in because we couldn't tell which one was up. Oh, yeah, in more ways than you can imagine. But the thing I love about this winch,
Yeah, so this was I got it on Amazon. So the 55Ss are normally like $800 or $900. I got this on Amazon for $560 because it was listed as a return. But I was like, I'll take the chance, and then if it's bad, I'll just return it myself again. So when we got it in, it had all the components except the right winch line. So they sent me the 55 instead of the 55S. So then I contacted them, and they made it right because it was listed as 55S. Otherwise, I wouldn't have purchased it to begin with. They made it right. They sent out everything we would need to basically convert a 55 to a 55S, free of charge and whatnot. So they sent that out. So I really do appreciate them for doing that. But there is like a few scuffs and stuff on the winch, which I really wasn't worried about. And then this is just something I noticed back here. One of these little protective fins is busted off. It's just a little piece of plastic. And I mean, when it's in there, it's not going to make a difference. I was just saying that I noticed it.
So it's not mechanical, it's just a little bit of cosmetic.
Yeah.
a little bit of cosmetic, and so we're just going to make sure everything functions outside here. And again, we're just setting this temporary, and this is why I took my gloves off, because I couldn't get this bolt to work.
And then you cut your finger on the last
And I cut my finger because, according to my son, I got old man skin.
Well, we get old.
Okay, come here, young buck.
Mm-hmm.
Take that bolt out and put it like that, and tighten this one. Stetson, you cut me.
You need a band-aid so you don't.
You good?
No.
Come on now.
Well, if somebody would have held the thing with some pliers the first time,
It'll flatten out when you tighten it.
it's got to get on the thing first.
Holy cow. You're not done yet?
Yeah,
Here, do I need to make it bigger?
yeah, because look at that. It's not even a real
Why
circle.
don't you put your finger on it and do it?
I will. Like this, see?
Come on now, we're waiting on you.
Well, this one, you freaking manhandled the crap out of it the first time.
Oh, it's because I'm a man.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Nate?
Said, and before anyone asks what kind of dog Lacey is, I'm not sure.
It's been rumored she's Swedish Bullhound. It's been rumored she's Corgi German Shepherd.
She's a good kind.
She's a really good dog.
An amazing dog. And Stetson is an amazing dog in his own way.
And he's an Aussie. We know what he is. Can't hide it.
He's like, I'm a dog.
I'm a fluffy dog.
All right, there we go.
Okay, so now,
It should be hot.
what we're going to do, and this is why I love the Axon winch. If you look at the winch, you have your hot and ground. And then you have this little connection here. This is why I love this Warren winch. Let's see if I can put it in there right. What did they do? Oh, see, that's part of the thing. Someone broke it.
They did? Yeah, they did.
They broke the connection. So,
I can hear it, though.
huh?
I can hear it.
I heard a squeal too. Did you?
Yeah, I did.
But we don't have no power yet. So now we're going to just connect this to
Blue?
key power. Hold on, let's see if
Oh,
it'll.
key power?
Yeah, so you got to turn your key on. Again, we're just kind of. This is all a temporary trial setup. The switch is right here. You have a key on? Okay, good. We got power. That's good. Okay, so let's put this in the right position, Nathan. Hold on.
Hold on. You're all sorts of tangled up in there.
Hold on. I want to untangle the rope here because it's going to get real if we don't fix this now.
You think I should have gone further over on this side?
No, you go on the next one. Just come back over. You're
Yeah,
fine.
like, that should be fine.
Trust me. Once you use it the first time, you're not gonna be able
It
to
won't
see
ever be perfect anyway after that.
Yeah. You're not gonna be able to see how neat it is.
But it is nice when it looks neat the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fingers.
Yep.
So you rigged it to the power so that you can wind it, and then you're gonna actually put it where it goes.
Yeah, so it's just easier to do this outside than it is to try to do this while it's mounted inside the unit. So it'll never look this pretty again once it's used.
It gets muddy when you use it.
Yeah, we got mud on ours just from driving. Feed that right back through here.
I was gonna say it like this.
Or feed it
And
through
then
just so
get
it's tucked.
Yeah, I was gonna actually get that red thing that came on the cable one, and we could use that to hold it down.
Okay.
Do you think or no?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Just so I-
zip tie. Something.
No. Okay, so Nathan was giving me a hard time because I told him, I said, he doesn't have the ride command here. And I said, well, mine has the ride command. And mine has the premium Fox shocks. Mine has the nicer seats. And he's going to say, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Well, mine's 60 inch. But what did you say, Nate?
Which one is this?
You said this is off-road and...
Oh, this is when you want to off-road like a man. And then if you want luxury off-road,
Like a man.
I have this.
So yeah, he has to show me up all the time. Do your kids show you up? Yeah, so he's got to show up his Ford Raptor. That thing's a beast. It's got big old meaty tires, throaty exhaust. What else? It's full moon roof.
Yeah, full moon roof.
It's got twin turbo.
It does. Yeah, it's the V6 twin turbo. It gets
But doesn't-
18 miles a gallon.
But doesn't Grandpa's motor have that too?
It does. It's tuning. I believe.
Oh, okay. So
Pretty
this was
sure
still.
it's just tuning. So it still is like the F-150 standard engine choice, I believe.
But this thing has cooling seats, heating seats, heated steering wheel. So
heated mirrors,
oh my goodness.
automatic seat saving.
I'll take my little cheap 50-inch Razor Ultimate that suffices for me. So let's get this thing. So Nathan's into his glove box. Going to make the hole for his hand control. There we go. Nathan's making these a little shorter so they don't stick out so far. There we go. Okay, so now we can run all these wires. All right, the switch is in, and we haven't done the cover yet. We're still going to run the wires. We took off the hot, so we won't short anything. And we've got everything set up here, and we've run into a problem. Nathan has a solution for it. We have a bus connection that we did for the winch, because you have to have keyed ignition. And then he has another, it kind of slid back here somewhere, but he has another bus, so that we need 4 bus connections, and he only has 3 here. So what is the solution? Wait and see. All right, the winch is getting in. This is the tricky part, getting those bolts lined up to the bolt pattern. You said it was the inside or outside, Nathan?
No, we're on the outside. So
Outside. Okay, the rear ones are the tricky
let me
ones.
turn this.
Let's see if I can see down here.
I'm gonna try this head.
Okay. Keep going all the way. Okay, let's see if we can get this final bolt in. As I recall, this one is the hardest one. It's because it's, and I don't know why, it's not necessarily harder, but it is.
Yeah, it is because it's in a different spot. I feel like there's more thickness on the diff. I think on this side.
And if you look at the bolt, the actual installation bolts, you only have like a couple millimeters of clearance. But that's what's nice is all the stuff is internal of that winch. And some of you asked about issues of the hose. And you can see if you look across there, it barely touches in parts and then it kind of just rides along. We've had no issue with wear. We've really been watching the hoses on ours to make sure that there's no issue. But we definitely wrap with some heat shield in here. and we'll go as far as we can just to keep it cool. Okay, so Nathan is taking off the positive terminal on the battery. Earlier we were talking about a solution for this issue, and what is that solution, Nathan?
When you run out of ports, add more ports.